Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Pip's Plane Spotting Live, wherever you are in the interweb world. If you are across the sea, we say hello and either a good morning on the far east or a good evening in Europe and the Middle East. I am live on location at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, and I hope that you're enjoying the view. Should be an interesting day. Right now, Phoenix and ATC is flowing east flow, but that should change with the winds this afternoon. It should be an entertaining time for us. Let me know if you have any questions, if you're hearing me okay, and can give me the old thumbs up and like. But this is exciting. Our first time on location, the first of many journeys that we'll have hopefully here on Pip's Plane Spotting Live. So if you're new to the broadcast, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll keep you up to date on where we're traveling. But this is a lot of fun to be on location in a new airport. I've been to Phoenix a few times, and it's a lot of fun, and should be an interesting day with the weather. We'll talk about that leather, but we're doing a 2 for Tuesday today, folks. That means I will be broadcasting twice today. Once now, of course, from 11 to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Then I'm going to take a little break, get some lunch, and then come back at it and go from 4 to 6. So that should take us up to sunset. And the weathers will get interesting up to that point. So in the meantime, just sit back and relax and enjoy the action. And hopefully I can narrate and inform and have a little fun as well. Expecting Delta 773 from Detroit on an A321 that's scheduled to land in the next 5 minutes. And so we'll wait for that, look for that. And just thrilled to have you on board. Give us the old thumbs up. Let me know how the stream is, how the quality is, and let me know if there's anything I can do to improve it. So Phoenix is chilly today and should be a chance of rain, 52 degrees right now. Thing about Phoenix, if you're not aware, the parking garage sits right on top of the terminal. So if you do a quick zoom back here, I'm literally just staring over all the jets here. A lot of them American jets. Concourse is over towards American Terminal 4, Terminal 2 Southwest. But yeah, you got a good view of all the jets here if you're an American fan. So that's pretty cool. And we upgraded the stream a little bit, figured out the problem so we can go to 1080. So I'll move a little bit slower so we don't get too out of sync. But there's Delta 779 from Detroit, landing on runway 7 left. Oh, is it going to make a turn now? He will head down to the next turnoff. So here we are live in Phoenix. And let me know how the quality is, how we can improve it, and enjoy the view. There you can see on the left the old, I don't even know what they call it anymore. Is it still Chase Stadium? But that's where the Arizona Diamondbacks play. And near that is American West Arena, or I think it's a new name now. I can't see. I'm so old school. But that's the former American West Arena. That doesn't exist because American West is, of course, absorbed by American Airlines. So, but something to take note of. If you're just tuning into us, make sure you like and subscribe. More importantly, since we are on location, we're a little unfamiliar with the technology and the territory. So let us know how the stream is. If you like it, if it looks horrible, we'll make some adjustments because we'll be on location again later in the week. And so we want to make it the best possible for you and help you guys out and entertain you as well as inform. So right now, Phoenix ATC is going with a an east flow. Runway arrivals on the 7s, but we expect the winds to change, and they will change in a dramatic fashion this afternoon. Forecast is expected to change dramatically, and I'm trying to pull up the forecast here, but we can expect winds approaching towards the evening hour, 30 knots, gust 30 knots at and even almost 50 knot gusts later this evening. That'll be around 8 o'clock. And so late tonight, the winds will die down, but that'll be interesting to see if we have a ground stop or any ground delays for Phoenix this afternoon. So again, we'll be broadcasting live from 4 to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time as well. A 2 for Tuesdays, a twin spin, as we like to call it in the old radio business. So I hope you come back for the afternoon because it'll definitely be entertaining. You may see some impressive crosswind landings. So otherwise, the winds will just be a nice, strong headwind. If you would like to make a donation, we are on PayPal. Search 23 Right Productions, and we would love your support. And we're working on monetizing the channel, getting the subscribers up. But we're thrilled to have you. Make sure and give us a like so more people are aware of what's going on today. We're expecting 2116. Just landed from San Diego. And then next up here will be Frontier 2987 from Baltimore to Phoenix. So going cross country on the A320 Neo. This is just fun. This is fun being on location, going somewhere new, surprising you guys. And we'll be surprising you again later in the week, hopefully. Make sure and give us a like, and let's have some fun. Yeah, I can feel the wind starting to kick up. It's supposed to start from the south and then it'll turn southwesterly in about the next 2 hours. In fact, we may change about an hour into the broadcast to west arrivals. But we'll see how long this lasts, how long ATC wants to go with it. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us. Let me know how this stream is because we are on location. We don't have our usual set of equipment, but so far it looks pretty good from my vantage point. But let me know if I can make it better for you, if the stream quality and if you can hear me okay. Great visual backdrop with the skyline in the background for Phoenix Sky Harbor. So if you are just joining us, we are on location today. Of course, I'm based in Salt Lake City, but today I decided to drive down, have a little fun, surprise y'all, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. But we are in Phoenix, Arizona. United inbound on a 737-900 from Chicago. Most people who are from the Phoenix area, a lot of them are Chicago expatriates, expats. They were lived in Chicago and now retired to someplace warmer. So it's kind of cool. So a lot of people are from Chicago, and you'll see a lot of flights from Chicago, the Chicago area. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching. We are in Phoenix, and we'll be here this afternoon. Phoenix is both a hub for, or a focus city for Southwest, but is also a hub for American Airlines, which was previously U.S. Airways, which was previously American West, and then U.S. Airways and American Airlines merged in 2012, 2013. And so now we have the American name and brand here in Phoenix. Expect a lot of action. Phoenix is very busy. They average over 40 million passengers a year. So it'll be a little more faster paced than Salt Lake. We'll stay busy over here, and I will stay busy. It's just me today, me, myself, and I, but happy to bring you the action. $22.98. About to land from Las Vegas, 737-700 Southwest Airlines. Should see them come into view shortly. Thanks so much for the likes and the support. Again, we are on PayPal. You can just search Pip Hastings, and donations as little as 99 cents, which is actually much cheaper than the cost of a cup of coffee. So there are two parking garages that you can come really spot from. And there's one for Terminal 3 and one for Terminal 4. And they also intertwine with 1 and 2. But the fact of the matter is that parking garages are a great spotting place. The one thing I'll tell you specifically why I chose the more easterly parking garage is because if we expect the flow to change around with the winds to the west, well, I'll be a lot closer to the arrivals than I will on the other side. So I kind of made a gamble to, depending on when the winds are, to stick around here a little bit further away. So when they switch the flow, I'll be a lot closer to the action later on this afternoon and for the rest of the broadcast today. We are live from Phoenix. Pleased that you could join us. And join the conversation. If you have something to say or have a question or want to let me know how the stream is doing, how it looks and how it sounds. We've got a 757 from Delta coming in from Minneapolis. Delta 229. Pan around here to the east, and you can see American's other terminals, or concourses, excuse me. So American certainly occupies a lot of space. SkyWest and Envoy do a lot of the regional flights as Mesa's agreement with American is ending. So these are older terminals, and I would hope that they get updated soon. But we'll just kind of see what happens. But if we are looking west right now, so we are looking towards downtown Phoenix there. Feel free to say hi, join the conversation. Let me know how the stream broadcast quality is. I'm just thrilled to be down here in Phoenix. It's a little bit warmer, so I can. I'm only wearing a light jacket this time, not a beanie and gloves and a winter coat. So. In the meantime, we get another arrival from Southwest from Santa Ana. That's just around the corner. Meanwhile, ooh, is this Lynx? I didn't get a chance to catch, but yeah, it does appear. This is Lynx, one of the new Canadian airlines, on a 737 MAX from Calgary. There's just been a whole bunch of new airlines from Canada in the last 2 or 3 years. You got Lynx. You also have Canada Jet Lines. It's another new airline. But yeah, Lynx started service in the last 2 weeks from Calgary to Phoenix. So that's pretty cool. Thanks for joining in on the broadcast. It's just fun. See, one of the things about Maxes that people may not realize is that the engine circumference and the diameter is a lot larger. You can kind of see that with the different engines. But this is Pip broadcasting live from Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Should see Frontier 2415 from Cleveland on an A320 inbound in the next 5 minutes. Also, Alaska 644 from Seattle on a 737-900 series. And let's not forget about two in kind, since it is 2 for Tuesday. Alaska 762 inbound from Portland on a 737-900. If you like what you're seeing, you like the stream, give us a like. That way more people know about us and we can talk more about it. I hope RW's list tuning in, or perhaps is, because we are not too far from Luke Air Force Base. So, old hello. But let's run down a list of carriers that come to Phoenix internationally, let's give you a list. Make sure I'm not forgetting anybody and pull up the right list here. So the list of international carriers, and we'll include Canada and Mexico, are Air Canada Rouge, British Airways, Condor from Germany. China Airlines has done some seasonal charters on the A350. And also Lynx, which we just saw. Polaris from Mexico, and those are the international carriers that come to Phoenix. And then our domestic are Alaska, Allegiant, American, of course, which is a hub. Breeze Airways is new here. They'll be starting service from Bentonville, Arkansas, the home of Walmart, in the next couple of days. Nonstop service. Frontier Airlines, Delta, Contour, Denver Air Connection, Hawaiian, JetBlue, Jet SweetX, and Southwest, Spirit, Sun Country, United. So, very busy airport with a lot of carriers. Thanks so much for tuning in. Scan over and get a nice close-up of that Frontier A320. I don't know if any of you are flight simulator fans, but I am, and play it. And I really enjoy flying the Airbus because it's got the side stick. So it's a unique thing, and I like it a lot. So. As we pan our way to the right here at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, you'll notice a unique bird making an appearance. Phoenix does have, because of being an American hub, they have a lot of international traffic. And there, as you can see, peering into the viewfinder, is American 223 on a 777-300. They also do Dreamliner service from Philadelphia, nonstop. American does, as well as London. And then this is a big stopping off point or jumping point for the Hawaiian Islands. You can fly for American. They fly the 321 Neos to Honolulu, Kauai, Lahui. So there's a lot of variety of American aircraft that come here. Thanks everybody for tuning in, saying hello to the 777. And across the way, you will see some of Mesa Airlines, one of the regional carriers in the United States, with their smaller jets, with the CRJ 900s and the 175s, and there's their hangar. Phoenix is their home base, so they fly a lot of the smaller jets for United, and they also do cargo now. So a lot of people don't know that. But we'll be on the hour for the next 90 minutes. Cross my fingers the phone doesn't shut off again. Last broadcast was on Sunday afternoon from Salt Lake City International Airport. So if you haven't had a chance to view that, check that out. And also like this video today so more people are able to check it out. There's that Alaska 737-900 series from Portland. And that 777 for American is headed to Dallas. This is Southwest 6518 getting ready to touch the runway on a 737-700 from Reno, Nevada. Reno's on my list of airports to get to. It's like Las Vegas, but on a much smaller scale for casinos. And you know, one of the things that's cool about Reno is it's in a beautiful area not too far from Lake Tahoe, which is gorgeous, and is only a 3-hour drive from Sacramento and 4 hours from, less than that probably, from the Bay Area and San Francisco, Oakland, and everything that comes with it. So I hope that you're enjoying tuning in, and then I gave you a little surprise where I was going to be. We're targeting another live broadcast, hopefully on Thursday, and I'll keep that one a secret too. But it won't be Salt Lake, which is the home base. But if you're new to the channel, welcome in. This is Pips Plane Spotting Live, and we're doing a 2 for Tuesday today. We'll be broadcasting live till 1 p.m. today. Take a little break, hopefully recharge the batteries and everything, and then come back for the afternoon at 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time till 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or just after that. So that way, I know there are people who are tune in from across the ocean, and try to make it a little more convenient for each of you guys. So what I hope to do is do a 2 for Tuesday every Tuesday when possible. So that way, give a little more action. Typically, we do about 2 hours, the price of a movie, and the dollar Tuesdays makes sense. So makes sense. Most of the departures we will see on the south side of the airport, with a few arrivals, but most of the departures will be on the south side. Inbound is American 3096 from FAT. Does anybody know the airport code for FAT, or what the name is, where it's located? Give you 30 seconds while we see the arrival, but I think it's arriving on our side. We'll see. No. I think they may switch it over to the south side. But anyways, FAT is Fresno Yosemite International. So want to impress your friends? Tell them there's an airport code named FAT. Fresno. There's some really cool codes. I've wanted to kind of do a rap, an ICAO code rap. I think would be interesting because they have a lot of words, like Rochester, New York is rock. Fresno's fat. What's another good airport code word with 3 letters? I have to think about that now. But yeah, they're out there. Sucks. Yes. Very good. Totally forgot about sucks. That's like the best one. SUX. Sioux City, Iowa sucks. You got to fly sucks. Absolutely. Um, Pensacola is PNS. I'll just leave it right there. Uh, and there's an airport in, I want to say, Thailand. That's Poo, Poo. And Frankfurt, I guess if you could do fart, FRT. No, that's FRA. I'm sorry. I was combining Tokyo Narita and also Frankfurt. But yeah, thanks for the sucks. Yeah, those are some great airport codes right there. And I don't know what the other broadcasts are like that are live, but I'm pretty sure I give a lot of great information and something new every day. And you just can't get that anywhere else, because I was in the industry, still am, while going to school and all that. So I'm just going to toot my horn and I'll be done now. Thanks for the likes and for tuning in. 2 things to take note of that we're going to zoom in on. We've got American 432 on the Dreamliner that is getting ready, backing out right there. 787-9. American flies the -8 and the -9. And also inbound is JetBlue 635 from Orlando on an A320. Never get tired of seeing those wings on the Dreamliner right there. Headed to Kauai in Hawaii. Rapid City, yep, that's another great one. The rap about Rapid City, so that could be included in the rap for sure. So JetBlue inbound from Orlando. I'm assuming, since I haven't heard anything, the audio quality is solid and the video quality is pretty strong. We upgraded to 1080p, so I know it's a little more data, so it's a little less smooth, but I think it still looks clear and a little bit better. So local time, in case you're wondering, another thing that's unique about Phoenix and Arizona is they do not do daylight savings time. So here we are in February and they do not do daylight savings time. So they switch back to do Pacific, but when they roll back, so when the springtime comes around, they jump forward with everybody else. But in the fall, they don't fall back. So right now it's Mountain Standard Time. So like in Salt Lake, it's the exact same time, or Denver. But if you go into the summertime and we jump forward, they jump forward, but they do not jump back. So here in the States, I know it's a unique thing, a little bit weird. I know daylight savings time is a whole weird thing anyways, and was meant to help farmers, but I think I'd be fine if just the time stayed the same. It's great getting that extra hour of sleep, but then you lose it in the spring here in the United States. You know, the best thing about doing this stream is I found a lot more friends and knowledgeable aviation people, which is the best because you talk about cool stuff all the time. And that's a lot of fun. And so if you're new, come on into the channel, enjoy the conversation, learn something new. If you have any questions about flight dispatching, I was a flight dispatcher both at a regional and mainline carrier. Looks like a 737-800 series from Southwest. And speaking of flight dispatching, you know, doing this live streaming is tons of fun, but I know there are a lot of people who tune into the channel for flight dispatching videos. And I think what we need to do, and Eskier, if you want to weigh in on this, we need to do like a live chat, and then we can answer everybody's questions a little bit easier. That's true. Crap. Yeah, crap. Did not think of that. I did not think of that. So Rapid City could be crap, but yeah, no. Well done. So I've already got some good ideas for the wrap. It's just amazing to see how big the Dreamliner and the 777 are in comparison to the other mainline single aisle. Just really sharp. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. The likes, keep them coming. More friends, the merrier. Looks like a lot of the departures on American side have made their way out. We scan over to the right, just to the right of me. A lot of empty gates here. And they also have part of that concourse over there. That looks like the, if you zoom in on that tail there, that looks like the WestJet Disney special just arrived just before we got on the air. But it's a pretty unique livery, a 737-800. And very attractive. Yeah, a lot of the American departures have already pulled out the gate and are on their way. And Phoenix is becoming a busier airport, just like Las Vegas is. A lot of people like to come to the sun, golf, everything that comes with that. So thanks for the likes. And you are looking live at downtown Phoenix. Nice shot. We are expecting rain, possibly, but I think the main concern for weather today in Phoenix is winds. We're expecting late tonight. I wouldn't say late. Just after we get the broadcast at 6, the winds are going to go from 30 knots, gusting to 30 knots, up to 37 knots. So around 8 o'clock tonight, we're expecting winds that could approach 50 miles an hour. So the 4 to 6 p.m. broadcast today, if you tune in, will be definitely interesting. We could see some interesting landings and some ramp personnel running around for loose bags or everything. But So I definitely encourage you to come back at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time and tune in for the afternoon rush here at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Making its way into the picture shortly will be American 2063, an A321 from Portland. This is the best spot I could find that got me close. So there's a pillar from the parking garage, and hopefully when I come back from lunch, I'll find a little bit better for one for y'all. This is the old A321, not the A321 Neo. It just landed from Portland. I was actually talking to a dispatcher this morning who just got hired on at JetBlue. So if anybody's interested in JetBlue, I've got a connection or two. But the other thing I was going to tell you is and mention to just think about is, when you're looking at jobs, whether it be a pilot or a ramper or whatever, and you're going to be moving, look at the cost of living, because that's a huge component. I especially bring that up with New York because of how expensive it is to live in New York. And JetBlue's based in Long Island City, which is close to Brooklyn, so it's basically in the urban area. And traffic and the roads are not the best, so you're probably taking public transportation. And then you've got taxes as well. So JetBlue starts out at $74,000 for dispatchers, but you also have to live in New York, or a lot of people commute, which is expensive. So just something to take into account. Yeah, yeah, yep. No, I on that Mesa, we all know you. Yeah, it's yeah, it's really tough. It's incredibly tough to try and make it work in Phoenix. No question. It's definitely a challenge. Now, remind me, is Mesa union or are they not? Are they just at will? My first thought is they are not. Whoops. Camera freaked out there a little bit. Apologize. Yeah, I don't think they are either. I know the ones that are on the regional carrier side are Republic, Envoy, Endeavor is not. They actually voted out the union. SkyWest is not. I believe Air Wisconsin is. Commute Air is. I think that's most of the carriers, the regional carriers. If you're just tuning into the broadcast, thanks for tuning in. We are live on location, remote in Phoenix. throw a little surprise at you. Instead of Salt Lake, we are in Phoenix. And just 2 days after the Super Bowl, where Chiefs won the Super Bowl. That's kind of cool. In fact, I want to see how close I can get. You can see how that downtown building has the Super Bowl kind of welcome uh, that goes with it. So it was a big deal out here. Part of the reason I was going to come down here this weekend, but hotel rooms were $600. So it just didn't make sense to drive down this, but I'm down here today, so I'm still pleased. And I'm also not paying $600 for a hotel room. Inbound to us on the north side of the airport, we've got Southwest 1524, 737 800 from Nashville. Delta 1470 next in line is 737 800 from Seattle. And this inbound from Newark is 737 900 United from Newark. So across the country. Zoom back out and get that 737 800 inbound from Nashville. I wish I lived in Phoenix. This would be a lot of fun, and this is a great airport to plane spot and be around. Awesome, man. For Envoy, they are starting wage. I think they're hiring in the spring. I was talking to one of the managers, one of my old buddies, and they are at 19.20 ish an hour for starting pay. Now, keep in mind, Texas doesn't have a state income tax, so that's on average probably like 3% of your paycheck. So it's a little bit more. But I think the big selling point for people who go to Envoy is they're literally in the back door. Yeah, and well, I think I'm okay as far as not needing to apply to Mesa, but I'm good there. I'm good there. Thank you, though. I've heard enough about Mesa, so that's yeah. But SkyWest is very expensive to live in St. George for sure. They're 2083 or something like that an hour to start out. The big selling point I was going to say for Envoy is being in the back door of both Southwest and American, because Southwest and American Airlines, the mainline carriers, they're both headquartered in Dallas. So there's a ton of, I don't want to say cherry picking, but a large majority with American. I would probably say half, close to half, when they do a hiring class, are from Envoy. You know, 30%, 30, 40% are from Envoy. So there's always going to be jobs at Envoy, and there are always going to be jobs at SkyWest. So just remember that. But yeah, SkyWest, St. George is very expensive for sure. And really, if you're trying to non-rev, you can go to Las Vegas, and that's about an hour and a half. But if you're trying to fly to St. George, it could be a challenge. But SkyWest has flight benefits on multiple airlines. So you've got American, Delta, United, and Alaska. So that's kind of a cool perk. So just keep that in mind. That is an A321 Neo. And then behind it is the old A321. So you've got the sharklets there. The sharklets are those little nubs on the edge of the wings, right? We talked about winglets before. Meanwhile, the new version has the larger engine as far as circumference and diameter, and also the winglets. And there's the unbranded Mesa. See how it's got the gray silver? So it used to be an American CRJ 900, but now that the contract is up, they took off the livery. So now they just got that plain silver. And I imagine they'll probably switch it up to do United livery. Slow pan across the valley here. We're currently in Phoenix, but Tempe, where Arizona State is located, is just 5 minutes away. I could almost hit a golf ball and run into Tempe. It's another Frontier. Frontier recently made Phoenix a focus city or hub for the airline, trying to capitalize on all that leisure traffic. Next up on the north side, American 1662, an A321 from Seattle. Right there. That doesn't surprise me that Allegiant would do that. They're quickly growing, so they're kind of the mid-range pay, like Frontier, Breeze, and so I think they will do that because they're a little bit better than the regionals. But that doesn't surprise me. Las Vegas is can be expensive to live in too, but Allegiant is starts out at like 27, $28 an hour, so kind of that mid range. And then you've got the mainline carriers, which are all upper 30s, 40s an hour, and they all um, have new are working on new contracts. So wow, there's a plane you don't see often anymore. The old, and especially in Phoenix. Yeah, I would definitely try Legion. Absolutely. And if you're in Las Vegas, you can get it pretty much anywhere. In fact, there's Breeze has a lot of old. Just a fun fact: Breeze Airlines, which is headquartered in Salt Lake City, has a lot of old Allegiant executives who work there now. So Allegiant's a good option. Breeze is a pretty good option. You'd be the beginning of seniority because it's a newer airline, so that's a cool benefit. Yeah, I agree. The A220 is pretty sexy. The question, that they've always talked about is just getting it. It's such a new airplane that's got to work out the kinks, but it's starting to get that way because I know Delta ordered recently in the last couple of months another 4220s. And so Breeze is wholeheartedly sticking with the 220s. And I think the plan is that they're just going to phase out the 190 and 195s, the Embraers, use those for charter operations, and then just be an A220 altogether. Thanks for joining the broadcast. It's Pip live on location from Phoenix at the top of the hour, 12 o'clock. Phoenix Mountain Standard Time is where we're at. If you're wondering, 12 o'clock noon. And here's our Dreamliner arrival from Philadelphia on American. See how much runway he uses. That is American 474 from Philadelphia, just arriving here in Phoenix. We'll be on the air for another hour, and then we'll take a quick break for lunch and rest. I woke up about 4 this morning because I stayed at a hotel in northern Arizona uh, and drove straight here. So I might take a nap. I know it doesn't matter, but I'm working hard to be the best and be on location. It's just fun to do this. Let's see where he goes. I'm going to follow him. We got a little break here on the arrivals. Yeah, we'll probably go down to the end there. Be concourse. Want to say A? No, B. So this will give us a good view of Phoenix International 2, Sky Harbor. So turning the camera, this is looking to the east, east-southeast. And I think the Dreamliner is waiting for his gate to open. So he's just hanging there. Probably talking a ramp. If you're just tuning in new to aviation, feel free to give us a like and subscribe. And thanks for joining the party. We'll be here for another hour. And one of the new airplanes, of course, the Dreamliner. If you look there on the back of the engine, those are the engine cowling, those serrations on the back that are kind of cut out. Those are designed specifically, and you'll see them on the Boeing 737 MAX, but those are designed specifically to improve, reduce noise, that is, and obviously make it a quieter aircraft. So you'll see that on a lot of new aircraft. For example, 737 MAX, the Dreamliner, and it's pretty cool. And I think it's pretty sharp too. Live on the air, on location from Phoenix, I am Pip. New to the channel, and you like what you see, we'd love to have you subscribe. Thanks for the like. Let's see if we can, what's going on here? They're probably towing this guy either to maintenance, the 737-800, either to maintenance, or they may be reassigning it to a new gate. So there's a lot of workings you'll see within the airport. You have to be specifically qualified to tow planes and be in the cockpit or the flight deck with maintenance. So you have to be certified to do that. Now, this is just a live departure. I thought they were just towing it to a new gate or maintenance, but yeah, this is a live departure. Now the old engines start up. Let's zoom in on the screen what it says here. So this is American, looks like American, is that going to Kansas City. Hmm. This is the 1 week area I have. I don't have a lot of ops experience. And so it's a 1 week area. All right. So we talked about it earlier in the day, and I knew it might happen or in the broadcast, but the winds are going to be switching up here, and I think they're going to switch the flow with the expectation of the winds. So now we're getting the arrivals from the east. So they will be going westerly on 25. And the first one is Alaska 998 737 from Payne, Everett, Washington, Payne Field, where they make the Dreamliner 777 and the recently retired 747. That's fun. See, this is dispatcher. Little note. You just got to keep things fresh. And you also have to be aware of what's happening. So take that into account if there's wind changes, letting the crews know. That could take extra fuel because they have to plan a little different route as they're on descent. So now we are on a westerly flow in Phoenix. And hopefully, as we go on location, these are things that you'll learn and bring to your knowledge, whether you're going to be a pilot, just an aviation enthusiast, or whatever the case may be. So that is a fun fact. Looks like that Dreamliner still waiting for its gate. In the meantime, we've got our arrivals here. And a Southwest 737. So you notice how much closer to the action here on the east side. So this is where we will stay for the rest of the afternoon, is the west flow on arrivals into Phoenix. Sometimes they'll do a little bit of airborne. ATC will do a little bit of, depending how busy the airport is, airborne holding, just because they have to switch all the traffic from one end of the runway to the other. Still waiting for that gate. That old Dreamliner is hanging. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to wait for our gate just for a few minutes. Pip with you here for live from Phoenix, Arizona, Sky Harbor International Airport for another, let's call it 50 minutes. And we will be here later this afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. This is a treat. You got Air Canada Rouge right here arriving from Toronto. The leisure airline of Air Canada Rouge. That is Air Canada Rouge on an A321. So we're looking at the east end of Phoenix Sky Harbor here, high atop the operations, B concourses. And then you've got, just kind of weird, you've got the A concourses right here. I would figure these would be A's and the other ones would be B's. But no, that is not the case. Thanks for the likes. And the subscriptions and tuning in. And if you know somebody who loves great aviation coverage and plane spotting, this is the channel and place to be. Inbound to us in runway 25 right is Southwest 568. Should do a time lapse sometime because Phoenix is very fast paced. was a fast and furious stop. Now we're moving, finally getting to a gate. "45 minutes left in the broadcast, and things have been fantastic today. If you're tuning in, you like what you see, we'd love a like, and also would love you to come back at 4 p.m. today, Mountain Standard Time. So, in about 3.5 hours, and we will catch the rest of the afternoon into the evening, which could be entertaining with the winds expected to kick up. Let's check out, see if they've modified the forecast. I really haven't felt that much light so far, maybe 10 knots out here real quick. All right. For winds to increase dramatically at around 4 o'clock, so 3 o'clock. So we'll be in the right center and the right place for the action. They'll go at 3 o'clock today. They'll go 20 knots sustained, gust up to 30 knots, and with a southwest gust. And then at 8 o'clock tonight, they will go to 22, gusting to 37. So that's almost gusts of almost 50 miles an hour, in case you're wondering. So predominantly Phoenix, the north side of the airport, will be for arrivals, where the south side will be for departures. Hey, thank you so much, Jose. And a happy Valentine's Day to you. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in. And welcome to the broadcast. We'll be here for another 40 minutes. Medellin. Awesome. Looking to see what we can expect to arrive in the next 40 minutes. So if you give me a minute, I will give you the rundown of what we could see. Here's an Airbus A3. Looks like the shortened, I will go A319, but I'm not entirely sure until it runs in front of me. I think that's, yeah, the old A319, that shortened front end right there. Just like that, a back-to-back arrival. No time. A321. Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport is where we're at. On location, on remote. I'm not going to give it away, but I am hopeful that we'll be able to do another live broadcast on Thursday at a new airport. I don't want to give away too much. Thanks for the likes. It is very nice having flight benefits. I miss them dearly. Not having them right now, I miss them dearly because you can easily, especially if you're a dispatcher, because you and the pilots, you are legally allowed to sit jump seat in the flight deck, so you can take the jump seat and take that. So yeah, it's definitely a nice perk. So sometimes, honestly, that's why people work at an airline, is just for the flight benefits. So 757 300 inbound from Minneapolis, Delta 224. Whoops. We're now, if you're just joining us, we're broadcasting earlier and caught us. We've now switched to west flow. So instead of arriving from the west onto the east heading runways, we're now arriving from the east on west facing runways. Thanks for tuning in. If you like the broadcast, what we're seeing, give us a like, subscribe to the channel. This is the happeningness, the most happen. Let's try that again. The most happening channel there is, and hopefully, I can bring some great knowledge about aviation to you and any questions you might have. I will confess that one thing that obviously Phoenix has and other airports a little more variety, right? Instead of just Delta, Delta, Delta. But, I still love Salt Lake, especially for the scenery. Inbound, CRJ 900, American 5815 from Houston to Phoenix. And behind them is WestJet 1402 from Calgary to Phoenix. WestJet inbound from Calgary 737-800. Smooth. My name is Pip. This is Pip's Plane Spotting Live on location at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. And if you'd like to support me, you can go to PayPal and just look for Pip Hastings, and we'd love to support. Next up in the parade is 1377 and A320 Neo from Frontier. And then American 2005 from Kansas City, A321. Whoops. Said it earlier, but if you're a flight simulator fan, I love working with the Airbus because of the side stick. It's to me easier to use versus a yoke. That's just me. The Dreamliner is fun to fly too, though. Joining me for your lunch hour, if you are across the United States, happy to have you with. We are here 12:30 Mountain Standard Time. We'll be here for another half hour. Take a break and then come back for more action from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. tonight. This is American 2005 on an A321 from Kansas City. A lot of happy people on that plane, probably after the Super Bowl victory. Sun Country, inbound from Minneapolis on their 737-800. Tuning into the broadcast, that is downtown Phoenix. So you're 10 minutes from downtown and not the most exciting downtown. There's really not a ton down there. You do have Chase Field, the indoor baseball park right there on your left side of your screen. And the arena, can't remember what it's called, for the Phoenix Suns. Little Cessna private jet. The old classic. Couldn't see the landing gear for a second. I was like, is that mean emergency landing? Phoenix has a lot of general aviation airports around. About 30 minutes east of here, you do have Allegiant's major hub, Mesa Gateway Airport, Southeast Mesa. And then you have Scottsdale Airport, which is general aviation, but you'll have a lot of corporate and vacationing aircraft for like PGA and things like that. And then also there is Phoenix Deer Valley, Phoenix Goodyear on the west side of the valley. So there's a lot happening. If you've never been to Phoenix, I'll tell you a little bit about it. Phoenix is hot in the summer, like 105, 110 in the summer, consistently dry heat. and pleasant in the winter. Right now it's 55 degrees, so a little bit cool, but it's usually around the 60s, 70s in the wintertime. It's a popular place for retirees. It's a popular place for people who like to play golf because there's lots of golf courses around. It's a popular place for the outdoors and recreation. You've got the mountains back there in the background, if you can see. So, but they're not like super tall mountains, so it's not like a all-day hike. Thanks for your likes and your your subscriptions to the channel, and would love your support. Just go to PayPal and search Pip Hastings. We'll soon be able to monetize the channel too. And you guys have been really gracious with your time. It's just fun talking to each one of you and getting to know each one of you. So watch this A321 head into the gate. On an upcoming edition of the live broadcast, I'm going to make my top 10 recommendations for plane spotting of both airports I've been to and only heard of. So look for that soon. Phoenix is definitely up there for sure. A little bit cool today. So I'm hoping it'll warm up a little bit with the south wind. But the forecast for the rest of the day does call for a lot of southwest winds. So again, the latest forecast looks like about 3 o'clock. They're expecting the winds or 2 o'clock, to increase to about 13 knots. Then 4 o'clock, yeah, we're going winds up to 30 knots. And then later tonight, up to 37 knots. So let's just call it 50 miles per hour. Let's see. I missed a little bit of the conversation. So yeah, Southwest did just bump up their pay. They have a tentative agreement in place this year. They have not voted on it yet. I just talked to my friend who's a dispatcher there, and he's patiently waiting for the pay raise. He's been there for a couple years, but they haven't voted on it just yet. And so, in fact, I'll send him a message and I'll see what he says. "20 minutes left in this edition of Pip's Plane Spotting Live. Thank you for everybody tuning in. If you are just tuning in, I want to let you know that we will be here at 4 o'clock. So in 3 hours, we'll be back on the air broadcasting with the winds and a lot of afternoon arrivals. In fact, let me tell you what you might want to stick around for and see. So we got WestJet, FedEx, Valeris, American 730 Max, 737 Max 8, Southwest 737 Max 8, UPS, Alaska, Jet Suite X, and also they have a delayed British Airways flight 289 on the A350. We might stick around extra. Hopefully, they can make up some time on that one. If we don't miss it, I'm going to be disappointed, and I'm going to call British Airways directly. But that's what we have to look forward to in the afternoon. Plus, see how they arrive with all these the southwest winds. You get about a 15 knot crosswind forecasted, so that'll make things interesting, a little bit fun. Saw a lot of variety today, though. We've seen Delta, American, United, all the stalwarts. We've seen a 777. We've seen a 787. We've seen WestJet, Lynx. What else have we seen? Alaska, also. Airline, Sun Country. So a great variety today of aircraft and brands. A little bit about Sun Country. They are from Minneapolis, based in Minneapolis, and are really a northern, in the United States, the northern Midwest airline. They're expanding a lot at Minneapolis. And also, they are also expanding at other north central airports like Green Bay, Wisconsin, Rochester, Minnesota, Des Moines. So yeah, they're a unique northerly airline. If you're just tuning in, we've got 15 minutes for. Oh, sorry about that. 15 minutes or so left in the broadcast, but we'll be back in 3 hours. Make sure you sneak in a like or a subscription and subscribe before time is up today. And we'll be back in a few hours. I don't know what Phoenix is known for food wise, so I'll have to check that out. The chat is for you guys. Feel free to say hi and ask any questions. I think I'm pretty good at answering questions and being part of the conversation and having some fun. Here's a fun fact. A lot of the Airbus Neos for American Airlines are manufactured in Mobile, Alabama. And also the A220 for A lot of the American manufacturers also are manufactured in Mobile, Alabama. So that's kind of a hot spot for plane spotting as well. Got about, oh, 10 minutes to go. Battery life says about 10 minutes. So, yeah, it looks like it's the live stream is just for my computer, takes up a lot of the power. So, waiting for the power outlet to arrive. But 2 hours is a nice little movie with some popcorn. Like I always say, make you laugh, make you cry, give you some information, make things very entertaining. Doing departures on the rare departure on the north side. With that pretty old Dreamliner right there. And zoom back out and get a first class view of this A321 parking right in front of us. Again, I'm high atop the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport at the parking garage. And this is a great place to plane spot. Say hi to the crew. Hi! Yeah, see, this is an A321 Neo. If you look closely, you'll see the engine. It's a little bit larger in circumference and diameter. It's a little quieter, but same overall airplane as the previous predecessor of the A321. All right, is that guy's parked? 787. Oh, ATC making it easy on him today. That's a good photo shot right there. It's a good way to end the broadcast. Good video. Love it. Had a lot of people tune in. Thank you so much. Hope that all of you and more will be back in 3 hours. We're going to have some more fun this afternoon. I can't wait. It's freaking awesome to be out here and do this. Delta Airlines A321. Look at those pretty maids all in a row. Bunch of 321s. Hey, thanks so much. Hey, Hans. Hello from Amsterdam. Yeah, Felix, apologize for that. I think what it might be is we are, kind of in a data dead zone. So yeah, it I appreciate you letting me know, and we're gonna work on that. I may switch to my other phone as my hotspot for the afternoon at 4 o'clock in about 3 hours. Um, so we'll check that out and see if that works. But hi, Hans. Good to have you, man. Welcome. It's great having people from across the pond. I will say the one thing, Felix will work on that too. But the one thing, and Eskier, you can testify to this. Today, we haven't had any shutdowns, anything like that, restarts. The audio's been good. So overall, it's been a pretty good day. Thanks, Felix. I appreciate it, man. We love having you, and I'm glad to have you with us. We are broadcasting now in 1080p, so that could be why too. So we're going to work on getting a better phone and maybe a 5G connection. So those are some of the things we're going to work on, but that takes money. So I just ask that you be patient. We'll move slow so the stream doesn't freeze up too much. But in the meantime, we're going to shut her down here in the next couple of minutes until 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So in 3 hours, we'll be broadcasting back here from Phoenix live. This is Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix, Arizona, in the United States, in this desert Southwest. Here's a pretty little plane, CRJ 700. That SkyWest flies. So in the afternoon, the winds are supposed to just be aware that the winds are supposed to kick up from the southwest. So we may have some entertaining cross winds. Brett, yeah, thank you so much for the information. That's awesome. We're certainly glad to hear that, and the fact that you're not union, they could probably make that change a little bit faster, and get you guys, yeah, because the pay is super expensive. Or you're exactly right, the rent is super expensive down in St. George. So I hope that's working. They're working on something sooner than later. So I'm glad to hear it. So I'll cross my fingers for you, and thanks for the report because that's definitely helpful. I mean, St. George is a great place to live. It's just if you're going to have people live there, especially younger, you gotta entice them and pay a little better. So that's just my thought on the situation. So I'll cross my fingers for you, Brett. Started strong, ended strong today. I think we've got one more arrival in us before my computer shuts down. Let's see what that arrival is going to be. And now that we've got a good cadre of dispatchers, If anybody wants to speak up or answer any questions people have, this is a great opportunity for discussion and entertainment. So, um, yeah, I'm thrilled that you guys are here, and we had a great turnout today, and we'll see everybody in a couple hours. Take one last look, folks, at the skyline. We were wondering. I was talking to a pilot, an American first officer he and I are buddies with the winds. We were looking at it yesterday. I was wondering if we were going to have a possibly a haboob today. So I don't think it's going to be that way, thankfully, because that would definitely be uncomfortable with dust flying in your face. And so yeah, we'll probably dodge that at least. But you never know. Well, you're very welcome, Brett. I'm glad to hear it. Glad that I could be of some help. That's great news, man. Morgan and I love doing that stuff, and Morgan's at a major carrier now, and I'm going back to school because I kind of like to lead in airlines. So I'm taking a little break from dispatching, but still very much staying in the aviation world. So thank you. I'm just glad that we could help out, as and inform people. So you're very welcome, man. Thanks for sticking with us and enjoying things, and here's to the beginning of a great career. All right, so that Alaska arrival will be it for this afternoon. Uh, Iteration of Pips Plane Spotting live on location from Phoenix, but we will be back in 3 hours, and it is an awesome day to be broadcasting with each one of you as we take a little break here. I'm going to have myself a little lunch and charge up the battery, see if we can get back to full strength. And we will be back with you in just 3 hours. Same spot, same location, probably with a little wind. So I do have to warn you about that. And just be aware of that. And we might get some wind and some dust. So I apologize. But otherwise, hopefully the broadcast with the wind and everything will hold up still strong. But thank you so much for coming in and join. And make sure to like the video. And we'll see you in 3 hours. So for now, it's me, Pip, saying goodbye until 3 hours, 4 o'clock, when we're back on the air at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Talk to you soon.